Design. I'm your host, Nicole Mantilla-Parado, and today I want to talk about business and spirituality. Because on my journey to success, I had to learn a lot about business, a lot about strategy, course writing, marketing, how to make content, and all of the things. How to be a digital marketer, what platforms to use, where to host my courses, where to host my webinars. And this is a learning curve for me coming from a microbiology background. As a scientist, I went into a whole new realm of digital entrepreneurship and also doing stuff not just online, but offline, and having to learn how to hold space and facilitate for large groups in person and on the online space. And so often I see a lot of spiritually gifted beings struggling with overwhelm. They have all these ideas to start a business, but they're not sure which one to follow through. It's hard for them to even make a mission statement for what it is they exactly do and to get clear on their niche, because they're so passionate and multifaceted about so many different things that just that in itself can become overwhelming, where you don't progress moving forward. Another thing I see is that they get in these strategy coaching programs where they're going to learn how to write their course, they're going to learn how to build their membership. And I've taken these myself. And I've seen my colleagues just freeze because of the overwhelm, that they don't actually finish and succeed. And this also is not just the responsibility of us as the participants to stay consistent and do the work. But what I've noticed is that a lot of these beings that enter some of these spaces are empaths, and they're very intuitive and they feel a lot. And sometimes it's not even just their own stuff that they're processing. When they're in a large group energy, they can feel overwhelmed and not speak up and use their voice, even in the coaching, like the hot seat coaching offerings. And what I believe needs to be merged in the business world and in the spiritual world, both, okay, is the business and the spirituality, the strategy and the energy, learning emotional intelligence, how to read the room, how to hold clear energetic spaces so people can feel safe to explore what it is they're willing to do. And all the noisy stuff, like all the ideas that don't really matter, that aren't solid, that aren't part of your mission, they will start to just fall away. And so part of my mission is going through this process, for a decade, going on and off, trying new things. I really feel like it's time to step it up and hold a container for spiritual beings or leaders that are empaths and sensitive, that know that they're here to build something, that know that they're here to offer the world their services, but they get overwhelmed with the strategy and how to do it and how to find the right words and how to organize it. So if you're this person, please stay and listen to this even more. And then on the other end, say that you're like, I don't know. I am sensitive to energy. I dabble in spirituality, but I don't know if I consider myself really spiritual, but I don't do good. I don't really follow through and stay consistent and go after my dreams the way I want to. Well, then my services would also be for you. Because if you have that call, that inner call where you're curious, like you're spiritually curious, you're energetically curious, and you're not seeing the success that you want, then maybe you need to be in a container that is spiritually and energetically wired to help you align to your higher vision and build it with consistency and strategy. So we're taking, you can say, the feminine principles and the masculine principles, okay? We're going to use intuition and energy and alignment, and then concrete strategies that need to take place for you to fulfill your purpose and create offerings and businesses that feel aligned, and you can generate wealth doing so. Now, when I left my job at the hospital, sorry, I have an ear itch. When I left my job at the hospital, it's funny, that ear itch was to just pause for a second. I want to pause with all of you. Yeah, because this is exciting stuff. This is big stuff. And this is the missing link for so many of you. Because you have big energy. And sometimes it's really hard to find people that can hold you in your big energy and guide you in the bigness of your personality. So you need a leader, a guide that can do that in all ways, not just the energy, but also understand your vision, understand what you're trying to articulate and put out to the world. So I just want to take a moment and have you feel into your heart if this is you, into your belly if this is you, if you've been feeling so stuck and overwhelmed because you really don't know how to organize yourself and where to start. You just feel all over. And that's when the energetic clearings that I do are so important, because it's like a sword that just goes through the chaos. It cuts out the noise and it returns you back to what is important to you. What do you value? What lights you up? And so when you're in that kind of space where the intention is to cut out the energy drains, then the clarity arises, the decisiveness arises. But see, there's another component here. You have to be in the physical, mental, and emotional space to actually receive, to actually let go. Because so many people resist success out of fear of rejection, but also fear of success unconsciously. So these are all kinds of things that would be worked on simultaneously while you're learning strategy. And I have an offering that's going to be coming soon. I don't want to leak on it because it's been building for years. It's been something in the work for years, but it wasn't ready to be birthed yet. And if you are interested in this, get on my newsletter, because I will be speaking to people in my newsletter community first about this. And obviously on my podcast, you're hearing about this because I want to support you. I believe that we can all generate wealth doing what we came here to do. We can earn abundance to do what we came here to do. And maybe that sounds so vague, but in your heart, there is a mission for you. There's something that is calling you forth. And yes, there's money mindset work that needs to be done. There's scarcity and fear blocks. And if you haven't checked out my abundance portal, go ahead and do that. It's 5 days of key code activations to clear out some of the spells that you hold unconsciously that are blocking you. There's ancestral clearings in it. It's powerful. It's a powerful place to start. If I can generate more than what I used to make in a yearly salary in a month at this period in my life, it is possible for you. And I want to save you the time, the energy, and going into wrong group coaching containers, hiring the wrong people that can't hold you or even hear what you're doing. That's another important thing that I see all the time, like with my colleagues and with myself. You're not really being listened to. You're just another number, and people aren't really getting what you're putting out there. And so what I want to also say is, your story is so important. The story of why you're doing what you're doing and your journey is so important. And that is enough. That qualifies you. So if you think, I don't have enough education, I don't know enough, I can't start, I'm not good enough, I need more. No, you can start anywhere. I did. I remember going on, those of you who have been following me on YouTube every single day in my scrubs before work to build a community. And I didn't even, I was just channeling information, channeling light language. And I knew that my colleagues, my family, and other people are going to be like, what is she doing? This seems crazy. Has she lost her mind? But that was my gift. And because I followed through on that gift, I was able to leave my job and create a life of freedom doing what I love. I get to make my own schedule. I get to decide who I want to work with. I get to decide how much I want to make. And I want to help you do the same. Because the more aligned wealth that is in the hands of heart-centered leaders, the bigger changes we're going to see on this planet. And there are so many people building businesses, and you don't have to leave your job right away. I didn't leave my job right away. I did this on the side for a very, very long time. And when I knew intuitively it was time to leave, actually, those of you who know my story, my body started to shut down. You will transition out. And I have always been provided for. Always, 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 always. I've always had my needs met since I left my job. But I am consistent, and that is key. And I am open to learn, and I'm open-minded, and I never stop investing in myself. And I really believe that has been so key to my success. I am constantly investing in programs and leaders and coaches. And many of you may be like, well, why do you need that? Because I surround myself with people who are doing what I want to do and who have way more success than I have. Who you surround yourself with matters. And I'm surrounding myself with millionaires and billionaires that are in integrity, that are aligned with helping people live in their gifts and making money and creating a life of freedom where they can be there for their children, for their family. I don't just, pick people that are not in alignment. There is a reason. And because I do this, I can quantum leap. It's energy. People that you hire, they have codes. They have codes. It's not even just what they're saying and teaching. It's their presence. It truly is transformative. And that's why a community of like-minded people that are all wanting to create wealth, living in their gifts, and building soul-aligned businesses to have more freedom and time with their family, and to work smarter and not harder, and to have a greater quality of life where they're not burnt out. This is key. Because I will tell you, if you get burnt out, if that's your style, you're going to get burnt out as an entrepreneur too. If you are an overworker and you equate, I got to work hard to earn money. I got to do to be valuable. I got to give so people think that I'm valuable. Then you are going to burn out. All of those things have to be rewired. And so I want to just do a quick little practice to seal this podcast with, to help you get more in alignment with your truth and what you're here to do. So go ahead and lay down, or just get yourself comfortable and let your body soften. Yes, let your body soften. Let the heaviness drop off. And take a couple of deep, nourishing breaths. Go ahead and breathe in through the nose for a count of 4. And then exhale out the mouth. The audible sound of ah, yes. Just do a couple of those, as that audible sound of ah is signaling to your body that it's safe to let go. It's safe to reset. It's safe to go inward, to see more of your desires, to listen to what you truly want, and to be an observer of all that no longer serves you, all the noise, all the chatter, all the narratives that are just energy drains, that are just not important right now. Not important. Good. Ground your hands somewhere on your body that need love, and breathe in for a count of 4. Suspend the breath for a count of 4. And then exhale out the nose for a count of 4. So find your rhythm as you breathe in the nose through a count of 4. Hold for a count of 4. And then exhale out the nose for a count of 4. Keep doing that. Keep breathing. Keep refueling, replenishing, recharging, and giving yourself permission to drop the energy drains, to drop the to-do list and the things that just aren't important, that aren't moving the needle for you in your life, that are actually keeping you stuck. Keep breathing and give yourself permission to let go of the self-criticism and the ways that you overdo to compensate for not feeling enough. Good. Inasoya tokoya satokomo shanaitia om wakikiania om. Ania om wakikiai. I invite you to journal, to get out some paper and a pen and write out what it is you are letting go of. What are the energy drains that you are going to let go of? What are the projects, the things, the to-do list that's really not important? It's really not moving the needle for you. What can you start to let go of to create space for more nourishment and more clarity? Because the more you release these energy drains, the more you're going to get clarity. And if your energy is drained, you are not going to have the stamina to build a business that you love, or even to do what you love at the level that you're meant to do it. So I hope that this practice, this talk, this episode served you. Check out my online offerings. They have light language and vibrational medicine in it. And I really want to bring the awareness back to the abundance portal at this time, because this is key. This is key. We'd only have a couple of months left the rest of this year in 2024. And you can still make this an abundant year for yourself. And remember, abundance comes in many forms. It's more self-love. It's more nourishment. It's improvements to your health. It's improvement to your relationships, to how you interact with your family, to how much freedom you have, to how you feel energetically. And it's also giving yourself permission to do more of what you love and to let go and say no to the things that just aren't in alignment with you anymore. So check it out. I'm going to put all the links in the show notes. I want to learn more about you. I want to know who's in this community. I want to build more of a community, and I want to support you in the deepest ways. So let yourself be known. Put a comment below so I can know more about you. Let me know where you're tuning in from, and subscribe, like, and share. And I cannot believe this is already episode 18. I hope you're loving the podcast and it's bringing ginormous value to see other creators following their passions, earning abundance, and doing what they love, and following the whispers of their soul. Have a beautiful night. Mwah.